So now let's talk about adding balloons to our bill of material. Now currently we have bill of material where we can actually see the components which are present in this assembly, but it is not quite easy to link any component with this exploded view. Currently it is kind of randomly distributed, and even if you select a component, it is hard to see which one we selected. So to ease this process, we can actually add the balloons. But before we do that, let's fix this bill of material, because as you can see, it is overflowing this border. That should not happen, and also it is merging with this one. So we are going to make some changes here to make it fit properly. So the first thing is view. The view size is big, so I'll select it and I'll just make it a bit smaller. So maybe I'll use a scale of 1:10. Well, that's good. And the next is, this total cost column. Now we of course don't need it for now, so I'm going to just hide this. So just select this top level here, and now here we have an hide option. So select hide, and now this column is hidden. Now if you want to hide even more columns, for example description, just select that column and SolidWorks will hide it. So here click on this top level here on these letters and it's going to hide it. Now if I click outside, these columns are gone. So press escape and we just have only the visible columns, and you can fit it properly. But I think description column is kind of important, so I'll leave it. To bring it back, all you've got to do is just click here on the top level here, select, and once again we have the show and hide option. Select it and now click the column which you want to bring. So I just want to bring this weight. We accidentally hid this one, so I'll select this, then I'll click on this C here to bring it back, and I'll keep this one hidden, and now I'll click outside and we are done. Now let's just move it. So if I move it, it will automatically snap to that point because that's how we selected it. So there we are, we have got this bill of material. Now in this bill of material, if you want to modify the location of any of these components, you can do that as well. For example, here we have hinge screw, then we have the drawer screw, and also we have hinge pin. Now I just want to move this pin also close to this screw. So we have these two doors, we just want to move it away from hinge pin. So what I'm going to do is I'll just select this hinge pin right here and then drag it and just drop it right after this hinge screw. So after hinge screw, we have hinge pin now, and there we are. The order is completely changed, and with that, this sequence will also automatically update. So it is still in the proper order. SolidWorks is smart enough to figure this out and change the sequence here. All right, so there we are. We've got all of these changes, and now we are ready to add the balloons. So we can add balloon in two different ways. We can actually add balloons manually for every single component separately, or we can use auto ballooning. Let's start with manually adding the balloons. So I'll select this first option, balloon, and now select a component. Now if you select face of a component, it's going to add a balloon kind of like this with dot here on the end and name of component right here. If however you select an edge, it will add an arrow, and if you click, it will automatically add the item number. Now why item number? Well, that's because in the settings option of balloon, we have item number selected. You can select any other property from bill of material if you want, but item number is definitely going to make more sense here, so I'll keep item number selected. Now in a similar way, you can keep adding balloons to as many components as you like, and it will just add it like so. Now this is just one way of adding balloons, but of course it is error prone and it is easy to miss some components using this method. Another problem is here you just need to add every single balloon manually, which is going to take some time. But if you don't want to do it, if you want to do it automatically, then you can use auto balloon. We'll explore auto balloon in a moment, but before that, let's talk about this magnetic line. Now using magnetic line, you can actually arrange all of these balloons in a proper order. Currently they are just distributed randomly. So to arrange it in just one single line, select magnetic line, click at a point, and now move it to a balloon, then next and next, and automatically it will snap to those balloons. Now click, and here we are, we've got this magnetic line. Now if you move this magnetic line, I'll press escape first, I'll select the balloon, and now if you grab this line, move it, all the balloons will move with it. Not only that, you can click this arrow to move or rotate its direction as well. So here you can actually rotate its direction using these end grips. Now currently they are spaced equally. So the distance between this and this balloon is equal to these two balloons. You can change that to free drag, and now you can drag these balloons anywhere on this magnetic line wherever you want. Once again, if you want to change that, select the magnetic line and change that to equal. Now they'll be equally spaced. Similarly, you can add more magnetic lines for all of these. Now I don't want it, so I'll just select this magnetic line which was created by default and all of these balloons, and I'm just going to delete them as well. Now let's explore the automatic method of adding balloons. For that, select Auto Balloon and now just select the view. And we are done. That's it. That's all we need for adding the balloons. Now there are a few options that you can actually change. The first one is the style. Now if you are making changes here and if you want to save it permanently, then you can save it as a style. In this case, we don't want to, so just collapse it. Then we have item number. Now where do you want this balloon to start? So we just want it to start at 1. So that's what we'll select here. And the increment will be 1. So after 1, 2 will come and then 3 and so on. So the increment should be in 1. Now if you don't want to change the item number, keep this one locked. Now item numbers cannot be changed, but I'll keep it unlocked. Now the balloon order will be set using these two options. So if you want to follow the order of assembly, then check this one and the balloons will be ordered as per the assembly order. So wherever it is, well, the first component, it's going to add it here. Then wherever the second is, well, that's the second one, and third, and so on. So this is how the assembly was made, and that's how it will automatically order it. But if you want to order it sequentially, then select this option. And now you can actually select any item in this complete assembly, and that's going to become the first object. For example, I'll select order sequentially and then I'll select first item. Just click this button and select the first item. I'm going to make this one as first item. Now this item, the balloon related to this one, will become first, and then we have the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and now it is sequentially adding the balloons. So that's the sequence. It's no longer using, well, the assembly order. So maybe in this case, let's keep this order, and do remember that whatever order you're using here will be updated here as well. So it is already using the same balloon order. So if this is 1 and then this is 2, then definitely this is 1, that's going to be 2, 3, 4, and it will automatically change that order. All right, I'll close it. And then we have the balloon layout. Right now it's distributed all around because of this option. You can also select this to just distribute it in circular direction, or you can just collect it all above, below, or to the left, right, however you want. I just want it distributed all around like so. If there are several instances and you don't want to ignore them, you want to add balloon for every single one of these, uncheck, and then SolidWorks will add balloon for every single one of these, which is not good. So I'll keep this one checked. Also, if you want to add magnetic lines, which are these lines, keep this one checked. Now leader attachment, as you can see, these leaders are attaching to the edges. If you want to attach it to the face, that's the option. I'll keep edge selected. Then we have some balloon settings like the balloon type, which is circular. You can make it triangular, just in case you want the triangular kind of balloon. Not making sense, so I'll change it to circular. Now number of characters is 2. So if we have more than one character, for example here 11, 12, 13, that's going to fit inside the balloon. If you have assembly with 100 or more components, then definitely you can select 3 characters. In this case, 2 is just sufficient. Now, of course, balloon text is what you want to see inside balloon. We want to see item number, but if you want to change it to anything else, you can select it here. Now we have the leader style that you can change here. Right now it is using document setting, and the frame style that you can change here. You can also put it on a layer. We don't want to, so I'll just click OK. And the balloon is added. After adding the balloon, you can still make changes. Well, the first change I'm going to do is this. As you can see, this is just going beyond our border, so I'll just move it inside. So select this balloon right about here, and the magnetic line will show up. So I'll select the line and I'll move it inside. Here also we have magnetic line outside, so I'll just move it inside. And then we have magnetic line very close to bill of material, so I'll just move it like so. Now there is a problem with this one. It is intersecting this that I definitely don't want, so I'll just fix that too. Now to fix it, you can actually, well, delete this balloon and make it again, or you can simply drag it right over here. Now it will automatically place it wherever you want. Also, you can change the placement of these arrows. For example, if you don't want some of these arrows on edge, then select it and just move it from edge to face. And the number won't change if you're not changing any component. If, however, you change that to a different component, it will automatically change that number. So definitely we don't want it. So I'll change it back to this. And that's how we have got balloons here in our drawing. So after making all these changes, let's save this drawing file.